In this powerful journey, we're going to talk about riches, not just the money in your pocket, but the wealth inside your mind, your habits, and your heart. We'll explore 1, the mindset of success, 2, the pain behind growth, 3, the discipline that builds fortune, 4, the faith that keeps you moving, and 5, the resilience that turns struggle into power. You'll learn how real wealth starts in your thoughts, grows through your actions, and multiplies through consistency. This is not just a story about getting rich. It is a story about becoming the kind of person who never loses again. Welcome to Riches, where mindset meets success and your journey to greatness begins. There was a time when the world felt heavy, when every sunrise felt like another reminder of how far I was from the life I dreamed of. My pockets were empty, my confidence was broken, and the voices around me whispered that maybe success was not meant for people like me. But deep down, I knew something they didn't know. I still had my mind, and as long as I had that, I wasn't poor. I was just preparing. I used to walk through the streets watching the cars, the houses, the people who seemed free. And I asked myself, what do they have that I don't? Is it luck, is it opportunity, or is it mindset? And one day the answer hit me like lightning. It was belief. They believed in their value long before the world saw it. So I started to change my thoughts. Every morning I whispered, I am not broke, I'm becoming. I stopped chasing quick money and started building slow discipline. I learned that real riches don't begin in your wallet. They begin in your mind. Because before you can hold wealth in your hands, you must hold it in your thoughts. I worked jobs that paid almost nothing, but I treated them like million-dollar lessons. Every dollar I earned, I saw it as a brick, a seed, a step toward something greater. But life doesn't reward dreamers, it rewards doers. So I stopped complaining and started creating. I sold things nobody wanted. I studied people who built empires from nothing. I listened to motivational speeches until my ears hurt, because I knew if I wanted to be rich, I had to think rich, act rich, and move like I already was. Still, it wasn't easy. There were nights I went to sleep hungry, days I wanted to quit. My friends laughed at my goals. My family thought I was wasting my time. They told me, be realistic. But reality is built by those who once refused to accept it. Every great story starts with someone the world doubted. So I kept going. I said to myself, if no one believes in me, I'll believe twice as hard. I started waking up before the sun. I wrote down every dream like it was a contract with my future. I stopped waiting for motivation and built habits instead. And slowly something changed. Not in my bank account yet, but in my energy. I started walking with purpose, speaking with conviction, thinking like a creator, not a victim. That's when I realized the truth. Poverty isn't just a lack of money, it's a lack of vision. When your vision expands, your world expands with it. The people who laughed at me started asking questions. The same ones who called me crazy began to say, you're different now. And I was, because I finally understood that the journey to riches begins the day you stop running from your struggle and start learning from it. Every pain, every failure, every lonely night was teaching me something that no book ever could: resilience. And that's the foundation of every empire. Not money, not luck, but resilience. The ability to keep going when the world tells you to stop. The courage to believe in unseen results. The patience to build when no one is clapping. Because the road to wealth is not a straight line. It's a battlefield. And the warriors who win are not the strongest, but the ones who refuse to surrender. So if you're listening to this right now and you feel like giving up, remember this. Your current situation is not your final destination. You're not losing, you're learning. You're not stuck, you're growing roots. Because before the pain behind growth, there comes a moment in every journey when the struggle becomes too loud to ignore, when the pressure feels heavier than the dream, and when walking forward feels harder than standing still. That's when most people quit. But that's also where the few decide to rise. One cold morning, I looked at myself in the mirror and realized something had to change. Not around me, but within me. The problem wasn't the world, it was the way I saw it. I kept waiting for opportunities instead of creating them. I was chasing money instead of mastering value. And I understood that wealth doesn't chase you until you become valuable enough to attract it. So I stopped looking for shortcuts and started building the long road. I began studying the habits of the rich. I realized they think in years while others think in days. They invest while others spend. They see possibilities where others see problems. They wake up with intention, not just alarm clocks. Their minds were programmed differently, not by luck but by repetition and discipline. So I reprogrammed mine. Every morning I repeated words of power, even when I didn't believe them yet. I am capable. I am focused. I am becoming wealthy. Those words began to build a new identity, but identity without action is nothing. So I started acting rich before I became rich. Not by pretending with clothes or cars, but with habits and standards. I respected my time like it was gold. I read instead of gossiping. I learned instead of complaining. I saved when others flexed. I planned when others slept. I realized that the universe doesn't bless confusion. It blesses preparation. And every small action was preparing me for something bigger. Then came the storms. The bills piled up, projects failed, people walked away. I lost money, confidence, and sleep. But I refused to lose momentum, because I learned that wealth doesn't test your comfort. It tests your commitment. Every time I wanted to quit, I asked myself one question. If I stop now, will I still deserve the life I dream of? The answer was always no, so I kept going. And one day, something shifted. It wasn't sudden success or viral fame. It was a quiet power inside me. I stopped chasing approval. I stopped begging for help. I stopped explaining my vision to small minds. I became my own source of energy. And that's when doors started opening. People began noticing the same work they ignored before. Opportunities appeared from places I never looked. It was like the universe was saying, "Finally, you're ready." That is the turning point of every wealthy soul, the moment you realize riches aren't found. They're built inside you. It's when you stop being a victim of your story and start becoming the author of it. It's when you stop waiting for miracles and start acting like one. So if you're in that dark place right now, fighting silently, wondering if it's all worth it, keep moving. You're not losing time, you're gaining wisdom. Every mistake is refining your character. Every rejection is directing you to alignment. Every delay is teaching you patience, and patience is the currency of the rich. Because while the discipline that builds fortune, truth about wealth is that it begins long before money appears. It starts in silence, in the thoughts you think when no one is watching, in the choices you make when nobody claps. The poor spend their thoughts on problems. The rich spend their thoughts on purpose. So I began to think differently. Every time I faced a problem, instead of saying, "Why me?" I asked, "What is this teaching me?" I stopped reacting with fear and started responding with faith. Because your mind is the factory of your future, and every thought you repeat becomes the product you live. I realized the rich don't just manage money, they manage energy. They control their emotions, their time, and their attention. They understand that focus is more valuable than currency, because wherever focus goes, results grow. So I built rituals around my focus. I woke up early, I planned every hour, and I treated my time like oxygen. Never wasted, always protected. And soon I noticed something. When you control your time, you control your destiny. But wealth doesn't come to those who only dream. It comes to those who turn discipline into routine. I trained my mind to love repetition. The same actions every day. The same goals every morning. The same hunger every night. That's the secret no one tells you. Greatness is built in boredom. While most people quit because it's not exciting anymore, the rich keep going because they know consistency compounds. Every small win, every silent effort, every invisible sacrifice adds up to something massive. I stopped chasing motivation and started mastering discipline. Motivation fades, discipline endures. Motivation depends on feelings. Discipline depends on decisions. And once you learn to move even when you don't feel like it, you've unlocked the mind of wealth. Then I discovered another truth. Wealth doesn't grow in comfort, it grows in challenge. Every time I leveled up, new problems appeared. Taxes, partnerships, decisions, stress. But I didn't wish for fewer problems. I wished for greater capacity. Because the rich don't run from problems, they outgrow them. They build systems, they build teams, they build wisdom. So I surrounded myself with people who talked about ideas, not gossip. I learned from those who had what I wanted, not those who mocked what they didn't understand. I listened more than I spoke. I invested in books instead of distractions, and I promised myself that every day I'd learn something that would make me worth more tomorrow. That's how you build the mind of wealth, through knowledge, humility, and evolution. There were still hard days. Doubt still whispered, fear still knocked, but I stopped giving them a seat at my table. I learned to quiet the noise inside my head and trust the process. The same rain that floods others can grow your garden if you know how to use it. And when you think rich long enough, you you start living rich. Not because your wallet explodes overnight, but because your spirit expands. You stop seeing lack. You start seeing abundance. You stop saying, I can afford it, and start saying, how can I afford it? That question opens doors. That mindset changes everything, because the rich don't wait for conditions to be perfect. They create conditions through action. They don't pray for opportunities, they prepare for them. They don't envy success, they study it. They understand that faith without work is fantasy, and work without faith is burnout. You need both. You need to believe like it's already done and act like it depends on you. That's how I began to see wealth differently. The faith that keeps you moving. There comes a point when the fight begins to feel familiar, when the pain no longer frightens you but fuels you, when the noise of doubt fades behind the rhythm of your own belief. That's when you know you're changing. I reached that point one morning while the world still slept. The air was cold, my hands were shaking, but my heart was on fire. I realized that riches were never about numbers. They were about nature, the nature of who I was becoming. Wealth was not just something I wanted to have. It was something I was destined to embody. I stopped measuring my success by what I owned and started measuring it by what I overcame. I counted my blessings before I counted my money. I celebrated discipline as much as I celebrated results, because true wealth begins when gratitude meets growth. The rich don't wake up chasing more. They wake up managing what they already have with excellence. That's abundance, to see everything as enough while still striving for better. And then something beautiful happened. Opportunities began to multiply, not because I was lucky, but because I was ready. People started calling me the overnight success, but they never saw the 1,000 nights that built me. They didn't see the loneliness, the sacrifices, the silent tears that watered my ambition. But I saw them all and I honored them. Because every dark night had prepared me for light. I built businesses that carried my name, but I never forgot where I came from. I helped others rise because wealth without impact is empty. I shared wisdom because information that isn't shared dies in silence. And I learned that giving doesn't make you poorer. It multiplies your abundance. The universe rewards those who use riches to lift others, not those who guard them in fear. True wealth is freedom. Freedom of time, freedom of thought, freedom of spirit. It's waking up without pressure and going to sleep with peace. It's knowing that your value no longer depends on validation. It's being able to give, to create, to love without limits. That's when I understood. Being rich is not about owning the world, it's about mastering yourself. I looked back at the boy I used to be, the one who doubted, who failed, who cried. I whispered, thank you. Because without his struggle, this version of me could never exist. He was the foundation. His pain built my patience. His hunger built my habits. His dreams built my destiny. And now when I see others lost in fear or doubt, I tell them, you are not broke, you are becoming. You are not behind, you are being built. Every obstacle is a teacher. Every delay is divine timing, and every setback is just a setup for something greater. The rich understand that time is their greatest investor, and patience their greatest profit. I stopped chasing the next level and started enjoying the one I was on. I realized that real success is peace of mind. It's walking through storms without losing your joy. It is being able to smile when things fall apart because you know you'll rebuild better. That's wealth, the kind that can't be taxed, stolen, or lost. So if you're listening to this, remember, riches are not about how much you have. They're about how much you give, how much you grow, and how much you believe. Build your character before your company. Master your mind before your money. Because once you're rich inside, everything outside follows. You are the investment. You are the asset. You are the empire. Don't wait for permission to rise. Don't wait for applause to start. The dream you carry was planted in you for a reason. Water it with work, feed it with faith, and protect it with... And now, as this journey ends, remember, riches are not found. They're created. They begin inside you, in your thoughts, your habits, your belief, and your discipline. You have the power to change your life, to rise above your limits, and to build something greater than you ever imagined. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let doubt delay you. The richest version of you is waiting, and it starts today. If this message touched your heart, if it made you think, or reminded you of your strength, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video to show your support. Comment below what riches means to you. Share this message with someone who needs it today. And subscribe to JS Motivation 509. Because here, every story, every word, every moment is made to help you grow stronger, think bigger, and live better. Thank you for watching, thank you for believing, and thank you for being part of this movement. Remember, success starts here, and your mindset creates your future. This is JS Motivation 509. See you in the next video.